morning, ladies and gentlemen. What's poppin'? How we doing? What's happening? Ooh, that is loud. Ooh, that's loud. Jesus. That is loud. Sheesh, that was loud. Christian, can you say something to the mic real quick?
Test, check, mic check. Can you hear me?
I believe the people can hear you.
Alright, I'm gonna shut my door. Hold on.
Alright, go ahead. People, let me know if you heard Christian. Oh, God. Yeah,
Alright. Everybody decided to announce everything yesterday and today.
So this is the reason why we delayed Cross Circle for this week until right now. Um, Shout out Lil Light. Shout out homie. I will be sharing the links before. So, I woke up about, well, I've been in and out of consciousness, as Drake might say, for a few hours now. And so,
And the last time you woke up, you saw 18 texts from me.
yes, that is true. That is indeed true. Did not sleep well last night, so your boy out here on a slow start, but Cross Circle number 39 still goes live. And I'm just going to share this link around, and then we'll get it going. But I guess for like the pre-stream talk, according to a tweet from you, it looks like Andrea Renee is hosting EA Play again. That's dope.
Yeah,
Okay.
Greg is gonna be there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the Star Wars part.
Huh. Wow. Okay. Oh, thank God they released this. Oh my God. All right, so it's 9:15 to noon. Thank you so much for releasing.
I know,
Oh
I
my
just
God.
saw that
Thank
and I was
God.
like, oh, there's another thing I have to schedule. Okay.
Well, hey, look. I'm really gonna stay for only 9:30 to 10:30
Exactly.
because I don't care about EA or Sims. I might stay because like whatever, but at least you know what I'm now that actually helps me a lot. So thank God. For the E3 streams, which I will have a full video detailing all that stuff. So fret's not. But all right. So okay. So as wait, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, Twitter. You have seen the Death Stranding trailer. Is that correct?
I have.
Okay. Now impressions from you.
So, what I'm gonna say,
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my thoughts until after you watch it, but I'm gonna say
And I did see that it is a pretty lengthy trailer.
it's like 9 minutes, I think.
Yeah, I see it's 8:52 on the other screen I have here, but you
So,
may proceed.
when we watch it today,
Okay.
this is probably the only other time I'm watching this trailer because
Really?
there is a lot in this trailer
A lot in terms of like
in terms
spoilery.
of everything that's contained in this game is probably all represented in this trailer.
Hmm.
From story to characters, gameplay mechanics, stuff like that. Um, so I'm probably only gonna watch it maybe two more times, but this is probably the last time I'm gonna watch it. And um, if you want to be like super media blackout, probably don't
Mm,
watch it at all.
mm,
But after this, I'm not gonna watch anything else until the game comes out.
hmm. And unfortunately the description poking down there gave me a little spoiler as to the release date, which is very interesting for another big game.
Yeah.
Which is
Why don't we
very
why don't we just roll into this now? Because I feel like it's like
yeah.
we're ready to go.
I'm sharing the last link, and I promise we'll be done. I'm sorry, my bad.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up the trailer on YouTube.
All right, bet. Okay, go ahead. Oh yeah, I wish we could. We have to figure out like, uh,
We'll have Rabbit figured out
yeah,
before E3.
Rabbit. Yeah. We definitely need to do that. Yeah, that's something that needs to happen. But cause I could just show my screen on stream and still be okay. But all right. Um.
Okay. I have it pulled up. I'm gonna see if there's an ad first. Nope, no ad. I have it paused and I'm ready to go whenever you're ready to go.
Okay. Got it. Got it. I have so many questions, but we're just getting into it. Da, 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 da. All right, you ready? Let's roll this intro, and we'll get right into it. Let's do it. Chia.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 39 of Cross Circle,
Indeed,
the
39.
official
39.
podcast for PlayStation Source. Doing something different today. It's your waking up in the morning show
Dude,
today.
I did not sleep well. Sleep was
Yeah,
stranding, if I may. Sleep was stranding, if I may. But,
I mean, I'm a little sick,
oh,
getting over
really?
that. Yeah,
Oh,
but
heavens.
we're gonna do something different because this week is basically PlayStation's E3 week, it seems,
Yeah, it's a very,
and
very odd week. I don't even know how to even. Very
it
odd.
is chaotic because everybody is announcing everything. Every single company decided to announce their stuff today. So,
Uh,
what we're gonna do is this episode, the main focus right now is we're gonna watch the Death Stranding trailer. We're going to react to it, discuss it a bit, and just see what happens after that.
Now, before we start the trailer, I am gonna do a little audio check, just
Okay.
because if they can hear your voice, they should be able to hear trailer's voice. But I'm gonna play a random audio real quick,
Okay.
just oh my god, nothing. Okay, you know what? No, we're not. We're just gonna. If they can hear you, they should be able to hear the trailer. We're good. All right. Do you have anything to say before we roll into the Death Stranding trailer? Do you have anything to
Um,
say at all? Anything you want me to keep in mind? Anything at
I
all?
have three things I want to say.
Okay, three things you want to say.
One,
I like it.
Hideo Kojima is a mastermind, and
Okay,
his games are amazing because they're wacky and crazy weird, and they're just so uniquely him.
get it.
Two,
Hmm.
um, I think I'll reiterate this, I'm only watching this trailer one more time because I've already seen it, but I'm watching it for the show today, and I think that's it.
Okay.
And three, I recommend if you want to be media blackout, you don't watch the trailer, and then you don't watch anything else after this because I'm not watching anything after this either.
Hmm.
But
Okay. All right.
I'm ready to go
I
when you
am.
re
I am also queued up.
I'm at 000.
All right. Three, two, one, play.
Okay. You know this may contain inappropriate content.
Okay, so I can hear audio, so we're good. Wait. Oh, hold on.
the continued independence of Edgenut City. They want the UCA to leave him be.
Who are these assholes again?
Homo Demons. Militant separatist group.
I've heard of them. Bunch of terrorists who go around towns killing people and leaving craters.
Right. Nothing's off limits for them. Not even engineering void outs. They're extremists like the demons everywhere. Plotting in the shadows.
That was hot. Okay, I was like, is there combat or okay?
You're using your luggage, dude. Combat.
Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
I can't spot BTs. Just sense them.
That's why we came prepared.
A bridge baby, huh?
Makes me feel like shit every time.
Well, you are plugging into the other side. Freaks me out, too.
What Emily started.
Rebuilding America isn't gonna get rid of the BTs. As long as they're still around, there's no escaping it.
But at least we'll have hope.
There's more.
You see, I've come to understand the truth.
Troy Baker.
Stranding. Oh, it's so hard to form connections when you can't shake hands. Fortunately, I've got a good connection to the other side.
Huh.
golden cable didn't bring an end to war and suffering. Don't act surprised when it all comes apart if you try to do it again.
Humans aren't made for living alone. They're supposed to come together, to help one another. And if we as a people can't do that, if we can't reconnect, that's what we need right now. Not to stand apart, but to come together.
I'll show you the real thing soon. I promise. The whole wide world will be yours to explore. You'll be able to go wherever you want. Even the moon.
What the fuck? Wait. No. Wait.
Remember when you told me I was insane for thinking 2019 could be a reality for this game?
I really did. I am. I'm gonna have to like find like it's still with the layout, but this is kind of hot. But no, I indeed thought you were crazy because this game didn't seem 2019. That's why like even like when I saw the description and saw that it was 2019, I was like, that's crazy. Like, there's no way they're gonna hit it. But I mean,
So,
huh?
remember every time I wanted to defend 2019, I said, I think this game is way more focused and not like huge scale than a lot of people think.
Right.
I think this game is a narrative, story-based game, very heavy on like linear, traditional Kojima, Metal Gear 1 through 4, like crazy cutscenes, really deep characters, very intense storytelling. Not MGS5 level. Maybe there's some open environments, but I really think it's going to be restrictive of like A to B, not an open world, but like you have choices and agency on how you get to your destination.
Right.
That's what I think the like the scope of it is. I could see this thing being like 20 hours max.
20 hours max. I mean, all right. I can't sit here and not say that like that trailer actually intrigued me. You know, not even arguably, definitely more than any other trailer that we've had for this game. I will say that. Like I'm now reconsider because I believe I've said live. I don't know which podcast or which outlet, but I'm pretty sure I've said live that like as of besides this trailer, as of as of at the current day, I'm not getting Death Stranding. But I think I've said that. I don't know if I've said that. I think I've ever said that. That I'm like, like I'm probably not. No,
I don't think you've ever said that. I think you just said you weren't excited for it.
Well, now I'm a little bit more sold. But so I guess okay. So let's. I mean, what do you take out of this trailer? Like, there's. I mean, I guess the like biggest thing that I guess I'm taking out is the whole connecting. You know what I'm saying? Like just what do you personally take out of it? You know.
So I think I should read this. Kojima tweeted 45 minutes ago, around when the trailer came out. This is the image. I'll read it.
You want me to throw it up on screen?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
It's on his Twitter.
It's on his Twitter. Okay, bet.
I retweeted it, so.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
People have built, quote, walls, unquote, and became accustomed to living in isolation. Death Stranding is a completely new type of action game where the player's goal is to reconnect isolated cities in a fragmented society. All elements, including the story and gameplay, are bound together by the theme of strand, or connection. As Sam Porter bridges, you will attempt to bridge these divisions, and in doing so, create new bonds or strands with other players around the globe. Through your experience playing the game, I hope you'll come to understand the true importance of forging connections with others. Now, please enjoy the latest Death Stranding trailer, Hideo Kojima. So. I think there's a concept that was introduced in Demon Souls and something that is in Sekiro. Demon Souls, it was referred to as world tendency, and it did not work out so well. But the idea was your actions in the game impacts the world on a grand scheme of things. So, if we look at what the trailer was doing on Twitch conceptually for their marketing, it was the more people that were watching the Twitch stream, the more of the trailer was revealed through the handprints. So, personally,
Wow, I thought that was random. I know that it was
no,
based off how
that was
many.
legit.
I didn't know
When
it
the
was
num
based off how many people were in the Twitch chat. Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Or like
when the number
watching the
when the
stream.
numbers dipped, the hands went away, so you could see less of the trailer.
Oh, okay, I see. Interesting.
So I think on top of the story Kojima's telling, I think the mechanic, like the aspect of the actual gameplay, it's going to be tracking player choice on a global scheme and probably impact every player's world based on the masses, like, decisions and choices.
Right, right.
I think that's what he means, because I don't know personally, from what they've shown, how they'd implement traditional multiplayer aspects in a game that looks like this and looks like it's going in the direction we are assuming. And considering he said it's not traditional, I think it's a single player story that's world is probably impacted by an online connection. Or it could just be journey like you meet some NPC in the game and turns out it was a player.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Could be that. Could be that. But, so are you more on the? I assume you're more on the uppity up on Death Stranding post
I
this
ha
trailer.
I have the PlayStation Network pulled up on my TV right now. I'm pre-ordering this thing the second I can.
Wow.
I am so well because the thing is, I was always sold on it. Ever
Yeah,
since the
yeah, yeah.
reveal, I was
True.
like, Kojima making a PlayStation exclusive. Those are already two hell yeses. Norman Reedus is in it, hell yes. And then as the cast grew, as the concepts grew, as the trailers came out, I just got more excited because it's clear that he's having the freedom to tell a uniquely Kojima story in his vision for it.
Right, right,
Like,
right.
it seems like they spared no expense. Like, some of the animations in actual gameplay look pretty basic, but, like, maybe that's because of the cast size, the budget of the cast, the scope of what they're trying to do from an online perspective. And I don't think anything that they showed off looks bad or amateur at all. I'm so blown away that this level of game is coming from a studio this soon after it was formed.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. That is true. That is true. Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's actually very true. I never even took that into consideration. How short of a time span in actuality it's been since this deal happened, which is what, like 2015.
So the Metal Gear 5 came out in 2015. 2016 was that initial reveal,
Yeah.
but at that reveal they didn't even have an engine lockdown, and that was just all conceptual. So realistically, I would say that the game's been in development since like 2017, like full development since 2017.
Damn. So one has to assume, just as you said, this is probably a very narrow, very focused game. You know that like
Probably,
isn't
yeah.
isn't you know like would you rate it even less than like God of War's like 20-hour game clock, 24-hour game?
I would
like,
say it's closer to something like, again, this is all speculation. I would say it's probably closer to the lines of like or The Last of Us, as opposed to like a Horizon or God of War.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. You cut off a little bit there, but I think I heard you said. I think the streamer heard you said too. I think you're
Yeah,
good.
I'll just say it again, closer to Uncharted trilogy / Last of Us length than God of War or Horizon, is what I'm assuming.
I mean, there's just really cool concepts here, right? But I do wish like we got a little bit more of like what the game looks like from like a game to game, and like one could argue like what you were saying, that like you think that this game is gonna be very story heavy, very cutscene heavy. So one would assume that okay, maybe we did see a lot of the game to game, just through a lot of the cutscenes and stuff like that. But I just
Yeah, well, I think. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know, like I just wanted to see like a little bit more gameplay, and even though this isn't titled as a gameplay trailer, it's a release date reveal, you know. So, and I
I
assume we may or may not see more, you know, in the future.
Yeah, I'm
But
sure there's gonna be another state of play between now and November where they show something.
yeah,
But I think, well, the thing is, this isn't the first time we've seen gameplay. They've shown gameplay in previous trailers, and this is just the first time we've seen combat, pretty much, and like a UI.
right.
Because we've seen stealth before, we've seen just general traversal, walking across environments.
Mm-hmm.
This showed combat. This showed guns. It showed vehicles, and again UI and tools to get around the environment in. So, personally, I think it's pretty like straightforward with the type of game it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be like like I think you're gonna have a lot of focus on traversal and
Well,
survival in the environment.
Mac asked in the chat, if it's a linear or open world. To me, it looked hub worlds linear. It looked kind of like that to me. But what do you think?
I think it's probably going to be similar to Spider-Man in a way that like you have a place that's fully explorable from the get-go, but as the story progresses, uh, elements of it changes based on what's happening in the story, and it's like it's restricted based on what happens and what percentage you are, or maybe what we were talking about with the world tendency that can impact it too. It looks like there's a environment that they have been freely traveling around from the past couple trailers. Like we've seen lots of mountain ranges, plains. We saw snow in this trailer. We've seen caves before, rivers, waterfalls. So it's probably going to be a diverse map, and there's probably going to be like secrets everywhere and whatever. But I think it's probably going to be smaller than Spider-Man's New York. Maybe it might be the same size, just less stuff in between, but loads of obstacles throughout that entire map that you have to deal with for your traversal to get to wherever you have to go.
I think the most like, oh, like, wow moment, at least for me, was the aspect of going into the past or going
Yeah.
into someone's memories of the past or
So there's been tons of speculation since the reveal about like multiple dimensions and parallel stuff. So it seems like there's two timelines here. There's the pre whatever event happened that destroyed the US that Sam talks about with the
yeah,
president in this trailer. There's the pre-timeline, so probably the war that led up to the destruction of the US. And then there's the current timeline. And through the use of some sort of thing, you are able to connect to the past. And I don't know, they haven't really shown the implications of that. They just are like leading you on to believe that there can be some pretty messed up things that can happen if you abuse that. Because at the end of the trailer, Troy Baker's character says that he has a connection with the other side, and they're showing Mads Mikkelsen's character. And I think that Game Awards long trailer, that was the second big chunk of Death Stranding we saw. Remember that synced up with the other trailer?
yeah,
And it was the guy who did that. It was Mads.
yeah.
The character in that one was revealed to be Troy Baker's character. So I'm pretty sure Troy Baker's character and Mads Mikkelsen's character are connected
the connection
across the two timelines.
right, and
And
Mads
they
is
both seem to be antagonists.
like Troy Baker's in the current, we'll call it current day time. We don't know, but like current day, and then Mads is in that past timeline. Okay, interesting. Yeah.
And there's a connection there where Troy Baker can get into the past. Maybe like there's a reason why he wants to go into the past. Maybe like if he goes into the past and he travels to somewhere and he blows it up, that place never got created in the current timeline.
Yeah, like it could be messing with that. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I don't know like what Sam's role is in that. Maybe like It looked like when he got swallowed by I think they're called BTs, the ghosts like tar things.
Yeah.
When he was swallowed by them, he was transported to the other side. So maybe you have two concurrent stories that are happening, and maybe like every time you die,
Oh.
you get
Oh.
brought back in time, and that's a story you're progressing there, and then you reach a point, then you get shot back into the current timeline.
Very interesting.
Because the thing is with Kojima, it's like I know the meme with Death Stranding is like, oh, what's it about? I have no idea what's happening. A lot of Kojima's storytelling is like really service level, and that's what's great about it. Because like Metal Gear is like the original Metal Gear is anti-nuclear war, anti-U.S. in a lot of aspects, and they don't shy away from that. They lean into that hard, and they really try to go for like ridiculous, crazy, insane things that represent the bad parts of war, the bad parts of nuclear experimentation, and the bad parts of the military. So with Death Stranding, it looks like they're really leaning into the environment, like environmental destruction in the current world, people's obsession with isolation now and social media and stuff like that. And he's just telling that story through a different coat of paint. Like
Right.
that's
Right.
what I've always understood Death Stranding to be. I'm assuming that's what it's gonna be like. Like, yeah, it's gonna be some crazy giant monster, but he's really just saying like, this is what happens when you have anxiety. Like something like that level is what Kojima's storytelling usually boils down to.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think like, yeah, it's crazy weird like what's going on, but it is what it like. If you observe something that's happening and you're like, oh, it's probably this, it's probably that.
Right, right. Okay, okay, yeah. I mean, like my only concern, not really concerned, but like my only like gripe with Death Stranding, which we've talked about whatever, is that like I just say I like we haven't seen a lot of like what the game actually looks like on a gameplay stand. Like from me buying it day one and like what is it like as far as I'm aware, we haven't seen a HUD. I don't think there is a. Oh, well,
It was one in the trailer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I don't think there was, but like I mean, prematurely to this show, like we hadn't seen the HUD yet and stuff like that. Like we haven't seen like gameplay. Sorry if my phone going off. My bad. But so like that was my main gripe. So that has been alleviated here. We saw a lot more of like you know game to game gameplay. You feel me? Like actually there and stuff like that. So at least that's good. But the release date is that is probably the most shocking thing here to me, honestly. I was not at all expecting to. I was thinking like this would have been that like summer 2020 right before the PS5 drops.
See, I've
You
been a
know?
believer for 2019 for such a long time, but you've told me I was crazy so often that I started believing that it wasn't going to be this year.
You're damn right. But
So now that I'm seeing it's this year, that's the best surprise of E3.
dude,
Like this is a crazy thing that's happening. Like I'm blown away that realistically probably within 2 years they're putting out a game that looks this good and looks this deep and it's Kojima being Kojima again, and I'm just really excited for it.
so then I guess obviously the elephant in the room here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want to pull up the Jason Schreier tweet?
Oh, I do actually. Yeah, I do that. So I do.
And
Let's-
of course, you're alluding to the fact that we already had Days Gone this year. That's a big Sony exclusive.
Indeed.
And that was the first half that was just released in April. Looks like Death Stranding. And there were rumors for a while. There was speculation. A lot of people thought, including myself, that Last of Us Part 2 was probably going to release this year.
Yeah.
And it came to... Because the thing is, I thought Death Stranding was coming out first. And it came to the
I
point
don't understand
where,
how anyone could be like, yeah, Death Stranding's out first. Like that to me is just like,
because the thing,
oh my god,
I didn't
like
think there
how?
was gonna be this crazy big Metal Gear 5 scale game. I know Metal Gear Solid 5 got delayed
crazy.
so many times, but that's because of Konami and Kojima problems. It wasn't because of like the game
Right.
it's not because like Kojima just takes a long time, because like he's pretty good on getting games out before 5.
Would you like me to read the tweet out loud for the people?
Go for it, yeah.
This is from Jason Schreier of Kotaku. looks like Death Stranding is about to get announced for a November release. The Last of Us 2 was also planned for fall 2019, but I actually just heard it got bumped to early 2020, possibly February, question mark. Either way, wild final year for PS4. Now, me, we just started on the channel Road to Part 2. There was supposed to be a new one today, however, the file got corrupted. Very unfortunate, very sad, very sad. Don't know what we're going to do there. Gotta talk to Starks, but very, very unfortunate thing that happened yesterday. But beside the point,
Pull Bill O'Reilly and do a live. You know the meme.
fuck it, I'll do it live. Honestly, I might
Yeah,
do it
that one.
live. Yeah, honestly, you got a point there. Anyway,
Because you clearly have a topic to discuss now.
you're right. We do, and it's a part 2 of So the first episode of Road to Part 2 was the release date talk.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you were on the camp of 2019. So was
I was.
Starks. You know what I'm saying? Me, as much as I want Part 2 as soon as I can, I did not see 2019 being a thing. Now, I will not take victory of this because
I mean, if you want to, go for it, because I'm beyond excited right now.
yeah, I mean, I'm like, eh. Just because the means of how the victor, not that I wanted this. Hold on, let me preface. Like, I say victory, not that I wanted this, but in the fact that I was right about it not being 2019. But I just thought that it didn't look like there was a way for it to be in 2019. To me, it just didn't look like it was gonna pull it together. Just me personally. But
Right.
so that's why I was always on the side of 2020, just based off like what we know about where they're at in development. Again, very limited scope with what we know, but like there's cues that we can kind of pick up on to kind of see where they're at, and it just didn't seem like they were gonna be finished by fall. At least me. So that was my whole angle, but I'm actually kind of sad to see this happen. Like, to have, part 2 be in 2020, like, as much as I didn't want it, it is very upsetting to not have it in 2019, because, like, that would have been such a good hype E3 thing for me, like, for me personally, like, I know you were very up and up on this Stranding, totally 100%, and not that you're not about part 2, I'm pretty sure you're hyped about part 2, but
I've talked about it before. I'm not, like, excited for The Last of Us Part 2. Like, I know it's gonna be good. I'm just not, like... It's not something that I'm, like, getting hyped about, It's like, yeah, I'm ready for it whenever they're gonna give it to me, but, like... And I really, really like and love my time that I spent with the first Last of Us, but, like, ever since The Last of Us came out, and I've talked to you about this before, I thought it was so perfect where I didn't think it needed a sequel.
Yeah.
If they want to do one, sure. I don't know if it's going to be as good or if it's going to be, like, what I'm expecting it to be. I don't know. I'm going to play it. I'm sure I'm going to love it, but, like, it's something that's, like, yeah, just, I'm going to play it. Like, I know it's going to be good. Just give it to me whenever. Like, it's not something I get excited for.
Right. So, like, at least from you, it sounds like it's like a known factor for the most part. Like,
yeah, like, there's no way that game is lower than an 8 out of 10. So, like, I'm sure it's going to be good. Take their time. Whenever they give it to me, they give it to me.
Right.
And it's just hard to get excited for a game like that, personally.
Right.
Where it's like, yeah, it's this super, like, rich, deep story, super gruesome, super dire and violent, and it's going to be probably, like, life-changing isn't the right word, but, like, the first Last of Us left an impact on me.
Oh,
this
100%.
one will too.
100%. Yeah.
And even leading up to the first Last of Us, it was like, yeah, I was excited because it was a new Naughty Dog IP. I was excited because it was, like, zombies in an interesting way. But now it's just like, yeah, I kind of know what I'm going to be getting. It's like, it's hard to get excited over the moon for something that was brand new at one point, but now it's like a follow-up where I wasn't necessarily even wanting one. And we've had that discussion before, but I'm still excited. Like, yeah, woohoo. Last of Us Part 2 exists. Yeah. I'm gonna enjoy that video game. But, like,
woohoo.
I would never scream for The Last of Us Part 2.
I certainly would, if I may.
Yeah, I know for sure you would.
Yeah, see, this is, like, I really wanted that moment, they announced a week before E3, hey, guess what, motherfuckers? State of Play, what's poppin'?
Right.
Monday night, same time as Square Enix, whatever. Like,
Hmm.
but yeah. I mean, I I know there's no there is no word from Naughty Dog at this point, right? Like there is no concrete 100%. However, obviously we have Jason Schreier saying this, right?
Right.
You know, and that has weight to it. So, do you 100% believe this? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely. Like, I mean, it's obviously because now that like Death Stranding is definitely coming out 2019, and that's been concrete, like on paper. Like, there we go. And there's a pre-order page for it too, and like everything, it seems to be chugging along with this game. I could see, yeah, easily part 2, 100% confirmed being 2020, yeah, 100%. But then what's interesting now is that where does Ghost of Tsushima land? Because this is not at all how I thought these games were going to drop. I didn't think any of these three were going to drop this year. If anything had a shimmer of a chance, for me, it was either Last of Us 2 or Ghost.
Mm.
And Ghost, I was even like that one's probably not. But like, to me, I thought it was going to go down. I was like, all right, like, if the shimmering hope that was Last of Us 2019, then that would have been in the fall. And then Ghost would have taken that, like, that spring date that usually PlayStation likes to do. Like, for example, this year was Days Gone. Last year I forgot what the hell it was, but God of War. Wow, I'm an idiot. So like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that like big marquee spring, open the year right title. I thought that would have been Ghost, and then Death Stranding would have been somewhere in like September, August of 2020, right before the PS5 drops.
I mean, I feel like I've always felt like Tsushima was pretty far out because just for a number of different reasons, but I feel like Ghost is probably going to be that cross-gen game.
I would have put
'Cause
money on Death Stranding being that cross-gen game. That's what's crazy about this whole thing. Like,
thing
I would
is,
have put money on that.
the thing is, I had trouble believing that because if you look at Ghost of Tsushima and you look at Death Stranding side by side, Death Stranding looks like a game that could exist in this market right now. It's using the Horizon engine. It looks a little better than Horizon, personally, like for character models at least. And Tsushima is like super HDR, lots of really good lighting, lots of amazing weather effects, and I feel like that's more of a next gen looking game in line with Last of Us Part 2 than Death Stranding ever was.
That's
Because the
fair.
thing is, when I look at Death Stranding, I'm always like, yeah, it's a video game. Like, it looks like a video game. Same with Cyberpunk. Like, when Cyberpunk was shown off, I was like, yeah, this looks like it's a video game. If they really want to tell me it could come out this gen, I would believe them, because it looks like a video game that I could buy in a store right now. Tsushima just looks like it's on the edge of, like, really great HDR lighting 4K stuff.
Right.
So that's why I could see it being either the last big one or even get pushed to PS5.
Very interesting. Interesting stuff here. I went to bed last night multiple times because I didn't sleep well. But knowing that, we get some Death Stranding news, I would have legit told you were crazy. That was coming out 2019. I honestly would have been like, no.
I know you would have, because you told
No.
me several times that I was crazy.
Wow. Interesting. Well, you have anything else to say about Death Stranding? Out officially November 9th?
8th.
8th. I think that's our
There's
that's our friend's birthday.
There's a $200 collector's edition that comes with a statue of the baby in the jar and the suitcase. I'm
Oh my
thinking about
God.
getting it.
I think I have a video that Hideo just tweeted
Okay.
of the pre-order $200 thing. I think this is it. If you can
Okay.
confirm, look on
Yep,
Kojima's Twitter. It's a dope video of this baby in an orange thing.
Yeah, I was been texting my friend Omar this morning since the trailer, and he sent me a picture of the collector's edition, and I kind of want it.
If it's what's in this video, that looks mad intimidating. Like, I don't know if I could put that in my room, if I may. Like, that looks a bit much. But
Dude, it looks good.
I mean, it looks cool, but people be looking at me crazy.
Yeah,
Like
but like
they would think I'm crazy with this
put it.
baby.
No, you gotta put it in the game room. Put it in like your studio room.
I don't have a studio. This is my studio. Like that's my room. Like this is
Keep
my.
it, then keep it in the briefcase, and when you have a studio, put it in there.
All right, deal. Okay, I'll I don't have a.
Well, what's weirder? Would it be weirder if somebody like just saw that in your room lit up, or would it be weirder if somebody found the suitcase, opened it, and saw that inside of it?
That's a great question. I think it'd be weirder for the briefcase because like you're hiding it at that point, so you already know that it's a bit of a questionable thing to have out, if you will, you know.
Yeah.
But is this it though on his Twitter?
I think so. Yeah. I think Wario64 tweeted out the actual image of the entire collector's edition set.
Actually, yeah. Let me do that. Actually, that's a good
Um,
idea.
so I am considering that. There's like a digital pre-order bonus. You can get some like gold gear for Sam. Like you can get a gold hat and a gold
Yeah,
glasses.
that came out last night. Yeah. Okay, I
Right,
see.
yeah.
So
Also gold like a roadie from like post Civil War style leg enhancements
yeah,
that
I
make you
see over
faster.
here. Okay, speed skeleton, interesting. So armor plate, that's for your character. Okay.
So yeah, I could see
Just
also
critical
talking on
hits.
that too with like the gameplay aspects. I can see them yeah, right there. I could see them prioritizing like avoiding combat just because of something like the skeleton legs. It's like, hey, yeah, this will make you faster so you can get away from encounters easier.
And throughout the trailer, I thought they were saying baby,
BB.
but I didn't know it was BB, which is honestly game of the year for me. Honestly, like if I may.
Also, you know what's even crazier? I wanted to see if you would pick up on this. The ghosts of whatever like dead souls those
Yeah.
are called BTs. Remember Kojima made PT and Konami murdered it? I think that's a reference there,
Game of the year.
right?
Game of the year. Wait, he's really throwing shade.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I take
Right?
back I take back every negative thing I've said about Death Stranding game of the year. Last of
Yeah.
Us Part Who? I'm sorry, what?
Like I'm so excited for this game. It's 100,000% up my alley. Um, if it's good, if it's everything I hope it to be, it's replacing whatever is my game of the year right now.
All right. I mean, okay. Here's where I stand. Right.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now. Before this trailer, I was about 80% sure I was not gonna get the game.
Mhm.
Right. I guess I never publicly said that, but I was to 80% sure not gonna get it. Right.
Mhm.
Now I think I'm gonna pick it up. Now,
mean-
now I think I will play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also more inviting for me to start here because it's a new IP. You
Done
know?
with Metal Gear.
Yeah, the Metal Gear having this
Oh.
insane, massive backlog of games that like
Right.
I have to know and stuff like that. Like it's nice to have a new starting point for something Kojima. You know?
That's another thing I wanted to say. I was blown away by how Metal Gear this trailer is.
Yeah.
Like it is ridiculous. Like the tone and the way they're presenting everything. So like there's so many parallels to the way like the tone and the atmosphere of Metal Gear games. Blew me away. I was not expecting that at all. Like some of the names of the characters, like Dead Man, Heart Man, stuff like that. Like
Right.
the really ridiculous dialogue about the like him talking to the president of the United States, like stuff like that. Oh, it looks so good.
Got a Ludden's keychain.
Ludens.
Ludens. I'm an idiot. All right. A power
Yeah.
skeleton.
As of right now, I feel like I like doing this update thing. As of right now, whatever my number one most anticipated game was when we did that episode, this is bumped up to the top.
Mine is a big yikes. I don't want to talk about the episode anymore.
Oh, Anthem.
I don't want to talk about the episode anymore. I don't want to
No,
talk
yeah,
about
I
it.
think my number one was Animal Crossing, but I was
Oh,
hoping it would be Kingdom Hearts because we recorded it like 3 days before Kingdom Hearts came out, I
yeah.
think.
Animal
But
Crossing's worthy of still being that top one. Like, let's be honest here.
it is, but I still have a slight sliver of fear that Animal Crossing is going to have some real weird gimmick in it. So, seeing this and being so Kojima, like the way I love Kojima, this is number one. I don't even know if Death Stranding was on my list when we did that video because we weren't. Because again, you
Yeah,
said I
we
was crazy for thinking 2019, so I was like, I won't even include it.
You know, Christian, you seem a little bit hurt.
I'm not hurt. I'm just
Like,
happy.
I like to apologize for calling you crazy.
No, I'm just happy that I was right.
You just keep bringing it up, and I'm like, damn.
No, it just feels real good because I
I feel that.
believed
You're right.
and I had
You're
my
right.
reasons for believing, and now it looks like I was right.
May your heart be your guiding key. I feel that. I feel that.
This isn't so. If there's anything you want to say on Death Stranding, go for it. And then I want to. This is still an episode of Cross Circle, so I still want to do a E3 Dreams.
Right. Okay. I don't. So, I mean, if anything, the story is grabbing me in this game, and it's probably no secret here. With me with games, I am very lenient on games if they have like a really really good story but gameplay, or vice versa, really good gameplay and story. You know, those two kind of overtake each other in more than other ways and stuff. And obviously, it's very subjective for me. You know, even at that, but you know, if one is very good and the other one is not so good, I can forgive the not so good parts for the very good parts. But it looks like this is going to be one of those things where, like, even if the like game the game is the story is going to be, I think, pretty good.
I will tell you, Metal Gear Solid 4. I think that game is like. Let me check the full runtime of the game.
Okay.
But I think there were 13 hours of story cutscenes in Metal Gear Solid 4.
13 hours?
Kojima is a big fan of film, so he loves making like very cinematic stories.
Well, honestly, like thinking back, what was the how many hours was Days Gone slated to have cutscenes?
Like upwards of 60, I thought. Oh, for cutscenes?
Yeah. Do you remember that? Here, I can look it up real quick because I remember they released those numbers about. Let me see.
So Metal Gear Solid 4 on how long to beat says for the main story, it's 18 and a half hours.
It's 18 and a half hours and 13 of those are cutscenes?
It might have been 9. I could be wrong. Hold on, let me double check.
Well, Days Gone was 6 hours of cutscenes.
Okay.
And I love how in that article they said that Days Gone is 30 hours. Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay, Metal Gear Solid 4, all cutscenes. Okay, sorry, I was wrong. Metal Gear Solid 4, all cutscenes. It ranges between, on these YouTube videos, 7 hours and 45 minutes to 8 hours and 30 minutes.
Damn.
So, like, a little less than half of the game was cutscenes.
Wow.
So I'm expecting something, not, like, to that extreme, because he did get a lot of backlash for that, but I'm expecting, like, pretty solid balance between gameplay and actual cutscenes.
All right.
So
There we go.
that's Death Stranding, my number one most excited game of the year so far. Say E3 is like basically here.
Yeah.
So the past couple of weeks we've been closing the show with a E3 dream, not necessarily a prediction because those are coming. Not really like I hope to see this. Like this is a E3 dream, like dream scenario. You get to use the Infinity Gauntlet and create a game like this. What do you want from E3 on top of everything else you've said so far, Kevin Diaz?
Now there was okay. So let me just preface, right? So as you all know, before, I was a diehard PlayStation fanboy, a Sony pony, if you will. Some like to call us. You know what I'm saying? I was a COD boy. Very much in the Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? And there's been murmurs and leaks. I think there's one happening probably tomorrow. Honestly, at this point, that Call of Duty 2019 will be Modern Warfare, right? Just Modern Warfare, right? And I think my dream scenario would be to not only have my obviously Modern Warfare coming out, this year, but I would love to see Modern Warfare 2 Remastered be re-announced, but the leaks that were when it was supposed to be announced, allegedly, about a year ago, they were single player only. It was just a campaign of Modern Warfare 2, right? So my hope is that for some sort of like pre-order bonus or just release alongside it or maybe on disc or whatever, probably not on disc, but like, somewhere in that ilk, that Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer gets announced and gets shown because it's fire.
Can you imagine the marketing for that?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, this is going to be
Pre-order
difficult.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare and get Modern Warfare 2 remastered for free.
It's going to be a shit show, if I may. Like, this is going to be so, oh my god. Like, I mean, I'm not, and like, that was a big thing last week. Like, I'm not one of the people that hate, and I don't really understand the outrage behind the title of the game. I'm like,
I think it's fine.
I'm like, guys, like, we've been doing this for a while. Why is this one the one that we're gonna jump on? Like, I'm like, guys, but I was just gonna be funny to be like, hey mom, like, I need to get Modern Warfare to get the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer version, not the campaign. That one's coming out later, but like, the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer pre-order bonus when I pre-order Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but not Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Don't get that one, even though that one's like $8.
It's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, not Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
It's not even Modern Warfare 4.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's even trippy. Like,
what they have to do? They just have to call it Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and then everyone will understand.
Ooh.
Like, remember the World War III MW3 thing?
Yeah.
Just do this.
Wait, Modern Warfare do sound kind of hype.
Yeah. I would like to say that as of right now, whenever we talk about Modern Warfare 2019, we call it Modern Warfare.
I'm down to call it Modern Warfare. But then all I want out of Modern Warfare is a DLC called In the Kitchen. And it's Modern Forkfare.
You really tried on that one, didn't you?
I don't want to talk about that. Can we just move on?
But yeah, I'll add this on with your Modern Warfare wishes.
Forkfare.
I haven't played a COD game since Advanced. Sorry, I played World War II. Like, forgettable though, because I just thought the last COD I played was Advanced Warfare. I liked World War II's multiplayer mode where it was like, I think it was called War. It was like when you escorted the tanks.
Yes. Yeah.
I liked that a lot. I played almost nothing else from that game.
Okay.
The idea of bringing back Modern Warfare, because the thing is, I wasn't even a huge Modern Warfare or MW2 fan. I always liked Black Ops and Black Ops 2, and that was it.
Hold up. Black Ops 1 is the best COD, and that's facts.
Yes, it is.
You may proceed. Yeah,
I'm glad we agree on that.
Yeah, 100%. But you may proceed.
Black Ops is my favorite Call of Duty, but the rumblings I've heard about COD 2019 Modern Warfare has me interested. More so than I've been in a while. But my little wish, mine's a simple wish.
All
right. Tuesday morning we got that Nintendo Direct.
Indeed.
I really am dreaming of an ideal world where we get a brand new Super Mario Strikers. It's been far too long.
Is that like a fighting game?
Soccer.
Soccer.
Mario Soccer is amazing.
Football.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I would take baseball. I would take basketball. I would even take golf. But Strikers is a real good one that I want to see again.
Interesting.
Coming out this year.
Bold. I mean, but you got Pokemon Sleep. I heard that got announced last night.
Yeah, I didn't watch that event, but like,
it seems like
I might buy that thing.
Really? And there's like the double plus plus thing.
That thing was like out of an episode of Black Mirror.
I I don't understand any of that.
I don't get it, but
But
um
I just know those things got announced.
yeah. Also, I'll modify my week one thing because I said I was like I'm saying that Guardians of the Galaxy's game is going to show up and no sight of the Avengers game.
Oh
We
well,
have
now we have confirmed.
confirmation that the
Yeah.
Avengers game will be showing there. So I'm modifying my week one dream to say the one more thing at the Square Enix conference is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm.
Two for one.
Oh my God! What if? Oh, no, okay, never mind. What? Well, I have a prediction about the Avengers one that if you'd allow me,
Yeah, sure.
I can amend my second or first week prediction since they were the same thing. Or if you want to keep it for the memes, that's fine. But
You're cool.
you know what? Okay, I am amending my second week prediction. Okay, so first week, obviously, Infamous, bring it back somehow, some form or fashion. You know, light the fire. I don't know how, but you know. All right. Week 3 this week was of course Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer remaster, specifically multiplayer, specifically. You know, and then I'm gonna change my week 2. This I don't think the Avengers game will wow people.
I will back you on that.
I think there is something wrong with that game. I don't know what. I think there's something fishy about this game. I don't know, guys. I know they started teasing it with whenever they were giving like and posting the dates for their conference on the sides. There were paintings that looked like Infinity Stone-esque type of colors and like lure, you know. But
Here's what I'm gonna back you up on in that.
what do you think?
Spider-Man's a great video game,
Yeah.
but it's just a solid open world game with a great character and great story.
Mhm.
I think that's what's gonna happen with Avengers. I think it's gonna be a really solid, good video game, painted over with Marvel, and it's gonna get almost no bad like talk when it
Right.
comes out.
Right.
I think it's gonna be very similar to the way Spider-Man was received,
Yeah.
and I'm still hoping that there's a multiplayer aspect.
I mean, I was talking about the unveiling of the game, like not like the actual game itself, like when it releases. You know, I'm
No,
talking
yeah, I'm
just
just
like
agreeing
yeah,
with you.
yeah.
I think it's like
Oh,
it's gonna
okay.
show the same way too. Like
Okay,
there's
gotcha.
only so much you can show of a really solid video game where it's like, oh yeah, here's a cool set piece. People are gonna think, oh, that's awesome, and that's gonna be it.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know how we want to phrase that prediction. I just think that I would say there may be
Underwhelmed.
there may be an underwhelming effect after they show Avengers that may lead a lot of people to be that there's something wrong with this game.
Yeah.
And by
I can
wrong,
see
I
something
mean wrong can mean not extraordinarily great.
Hmm.
You know, it could mean just
Loot
like,
boxes.
oh my god, bruh.
Or some sort of microtransaction. I do think it's gonna be a multiplayer influenced
Really?
game. I don't think it's just single player.
I just
Like they will end
Well, I
that
mean,
trailer
yeah.
teasing a raid.
wait, wait. That does sound cool as fuck though. Wait. Okay, now okay. Imagine, right?
Mhm.
Raid 1, Battle of New York.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Like,
I
that could
wanted
be-
last year.
that could be
was
dope as-
literally
that
written
could
down
be
in my
really
notes
dope.
from last year.
That could be extraordinarily dope. Wow.
Yeah,
I am
said
not
they
wow.
show the game. It's a game, and the raid for this game is the Battle of New York.
Then the Battle of Sokovia. Civil War maybe perhaps. You know? Infinity War, maybe. I don't know. Oh wait.
I think it would be foolish to think that Square Enix does not want a living game as a service like The Division,
Yeah.
which I think they could easily pull from with the Avengers. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dude, wait. That idea with the raid got me so damn, that sounds so cool. Fuck.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, that was a bit of a tangent.
A bit of a
but-
tangent.
Yeah, so E3's coming up. We're gonna have loads more E3 content in the coming days and weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you want to shout out or plug right now, Kevin,
Yep.
or let the people know about?
So in terms of episode 40 of Cross Circle next Monday, it seems like we're leaning towards E3 predictions or
Yes.
E3 just what we know of so far.
I think predictions.
Okay. Okay, cool. We'll do predictions there for each conference. Also, I would like to fully unveil, and I might break out that segment by itself also, but like the official PlayStation Store's plan of what we're doing for E3. You know,
Yeah.
it's very straightforward. It's not too difficult, but like it'll be the plan for E3 will be announced
And
at the show.
I'll also say this now. The Monday of E3, so the day that there's the Ubisoft Kind of Funny and Square Enix press conference, there will not be an episode of Cross Circle.
Yeah, that as well. Yeah.
So expect that, and then the week after, we will obviously have the recap of E3 episodes.
Unpack it. Yeah, like our favorite moments out of that. Yeah, so that will all be discussed. But yeah. So I feel like obviously it just would have been bad to try to do a podcast.
Yeah,
on
you're
that
gonna be
Monday.
live like all day, so it's just an extra thing to worry about.
That
so.
and just like it's half the story. Like we don't have the full scope of E3 at that point, you know. So
Yeah.
So yeah, that one we will skip that week, but on Monday will be episode 40. Breaking into the roaring. Wait, wow, I almost said roaring 40s. I need to go to bed. But you can follow me here on my lower third at the KDS123. Follow me on there, and also I started a new series, Road to Part 2, Last of Us Part 2, with the boy the Starks. He is a fan of the channel. Definitely, I would consider him a friend at this point. Hopefully, he does too. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, we did have a episode recorded this week. However, my Mac decided to corrupt the file. So, not sure what we're gonna do with that. If just I say for episode 2, keep on your toes. It might be live. It might be pre-recorded. Stick to the Twitter. I'll let you guys know what's going down with part 2, episode 2. But after that, things should be going on on a regular basis. Excuse me. And also, we have news to talk about podcast services. You know, I know a lot of people have been talking about. They've been wanting our podcast, mainly in our weekly shows. On a podcast format, audio format. Me personally, I am a huge fan of podcasts. Pretty much whenever I'm in the car, it's a podcast that's playing. It's not music. You know, that's just how I've kind of transitioned to it. Even though I love music, right? Like I'm a big hip hop guy, like a big R&B. You know, I've just definitely, as I've grown, I've definitely skewed more towards podcasts. So I understand the wanting to have your long form content on podcast format. So we will have more news for that soon. As of now, things have happened, but it is more of a waiting game at this point. So now I'm just waiting for stuff to click. You know, so I will let you guys know as soon as we can. And just to say here, it will be, as I plan it, it will be Cross Circle, the official PlayStation Source podcast, Save Slot, the weekly news show, as well as Road to Part 2 on the podcast feed. And before I even tell you guys the link and everything and give you guys that, I will be uploading all of the former episodes to it already, so it's there for you in complete fashion, ready for you to go, you know? Because, I just think it'd be weird to start with, episode, 41, you know? I don't know.
We could...
What do you think?
We could do a... I'll talk to you about this after.
Okay. Cool.
I have an idea.
Okay, yeah, so...
But...
Yeah.
If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at Chris M. Buckley. Again, E3's coming up. I'm probably going to be doing a couple more things, maybe another stream or 2 in the coming week or so. I have a Pokemon show. New episode's going up after I finish editing it today on youtube.com/joyclicks. There's going to be coverage of the Pokemon Direct and the Nintendo Direct on that channel as well, so if you want to check that out, that'd be sweet. But like Kevin said, keep you posted here for more on our plan for E3 on PlayStation Source, our podcast service updates, and yeah.
Beautiful.
Until next week.
Greatness awaits.
A few days from now. See you later.
Yeah, it'll be really short, guys. So it'll be too long. But all right,
Yeah.
see you guys later. Peace.